Imagine waking up one morning after decades of working, raising children, and building a career. You've just entered retirement, and for the first time in many years, your days are now yours to fill. At first, it's freedom, no more alarm clocks, no more rush hour traffic, no more deadlines. You've worked hard your entire life, and now for the first time you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. But after a few weeks, a sense of emptiness begins creeping in. The house feels quieter. The phone doesn't ring as much. Your once busy life now seems to be filled with an overwhelming amount of time, but not necessarily purpose. For many people over 60, retirement brings an unsettling realization. What now? After years of having a clear structure, a purpose, and a sense of importance through work, the sudden absence of these can leave one feeling aimless, lonely, and disconnected. You might find yourself sitting down, looking at the clock, wondering where all the time has gone. But here's the good news. This can also be a time of renewal and growth, where small, intentional changes can lead to big shifts in your life. Small habits are the foundation of a fulfilling, active, and happy life. In this video, we're going to explore 5 small habits that every senior should practice daily. These habits are not about making radical changes or overwhelming yourself with huge goals. Instead, they are about making small, consistent adjustments that will have a profound impact on your overall well-being. Whether it's your physical health, your mental clarity, or your emotional fulfillment, these habits will give you the energy and motivation to live your best life after retirement. But before we dive into these practical habits, let's take a look at a story of transformation, a story of a man who, much like many of us, faced the challenges of retirement and loneliness head-on and learned how to live with purpose once again. Meet Henry, a 72-year-old man from Dallas, Texas. Henry had spent 45 years as a teacher shaping the minds of young students. His days were filled with lesson plans, grading papers, meetings, and the rush of preparing for the next school year. When he retired, he thought it would be a dream come true. No more early mornings, no more stressing over exams, and no more deadlines. But after a few months, Henry realized that retirement wasn't all it seemed. He had no clear purpose anymore. He woke up late, had no specific plans for the day, and started feeling like his best years were behind him. The emptiness grew day by day. He spent hours watching TV, aimlessly scrolling through his phone, and letting the days slip by. He was in a fog, unsure of what to do with himself. While Henry was happy to have more free time, he started noticing the negative effects. His body felt stiff. He was less energized, and he missed the routine that had given him purpose. The loneliness was creeping in, and he felt disconnected from the world. One day, after a particularly uneventful morning, Henry's wife Betty noticed the change in him. She gently asked Henry, "Have you thought about taking a walk every morning, maybe doing some stretching? You've always loved staying active. Maybe it would help you feel better." Henry was hesitant at first, thinking, "I'm too old for all that. I've earned my rest." But Betty didn't give up. She continued to encourage him, reminding him of how much he used to enjoy walking, hiking, and staying active in his younger days. Slowly, Henry agreed to try it. He started small, just a short walk around the block each morning. At first it was hard. His muscles felt stiff, and he was out of breath faster than he had expected. But he didn't give up. Day after day, he pushed through the discomfort. Soon, something amazing happened. After a week of walking every morning, Henry began to feel a subtle shift. His body started to feel lighter. The stiffness in his joints began to fade, and he had more energy throughout the day. But beyond the physical benefits, Henry noticed a change in his mindset. The walk became a peaceful time for reflection. As he walked, he began to think about his life, not in terms of what was lost, but in terms of what was still possible. The simple act of walking allowed him to reconnect with himself. It reminded him of his love for nature, the importance of taking time for himself, and the power of mindfulness, of being present in the moment, not thinking about the past or future. Henry soon realized that his retirement didn't have to be a time of idleness and isolation. He could embrace this new phase of life with purpose and joy, and it all began with one small habit: walking every morning. Henry's story is not unique. Many retirees face similar feelings of emptiness, and it's easy to get caught up in the struggle to find meaning. But as Henry discovered, the secret to enjoying your retirement lies in small, everyday habits. By incorporating simple, positive actions into your daily routine, you can create a life full of purpose, health, and connection. In the first part of this video, we explored how retirement, while initially freeing, can bring a sense of emptiness and uncertainty if not approached with intention. We saw how Henry, a retired teacher, began to navigate this transition by implementing small positive changes into his routine, most notably his daily walks. These seemingly simple habits had a profound impact on his life, transforming his experience of retirement into one of joy, fulfillment, and connection. In this next part of the video, we're going to explore 5 more small but incredibly powerful habits that every senior should incorporate into their daily life. These habits are easy to start, require minimal effort, and can lead to substantial improvements in your physical health, mental well-being, and relationships. The beauty of these habits lies in their simplicity. Sometimes it's the small things that make the biggest difference. Let's dive into these habits and how they can help you live a richer, more satisfying life after retirement. Here's 1. Start each day with mindfulness and meditation. One of the best ways to approach each day with a calm, positive mindset is through mindfulness and meditation. These practices are not only about relaxation, they also help center your thoughts, reduce stress, and bring clarity to your mind. They create a sense of peace and balance that can carry you throughout the day. For seniors, the benefits of mindfulness and meditation are especially profound. Studies have shown that practicing mindfulness can lower blood pressure, reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, improve focus, and even slow the cognitive decline that can come with aging. Even just a few minutes of mindfulness every morning can set a calm tone for the rest of your day. Henry, after his morning walks, started practicing mindfulness for 10 minutes each day. He would sit in his favorite chair by the window, focus on his breathing, and allow himself to simply be present. At first, it was challenging to silence the busy thoughts racing through his mind. But with time, Henry learned to focus on his breath and the sounds around him, the wind rustling through the trees or the birds singing in the distance. This time of stillness gave him clarity, and he realized how much more connected he felt to the present moment. Start your day with mindfulness. You can begin with simple breathing exercises. Close your eyes, take deep breaths, and focus on each inhale and exhale. Allow any tension or worry to melt away with every breath. Meditation doesn't have to be complicated. The goal is to bring your attention fully into the present, helping you to clear your mind and approach the rest of your day with a sense of calm and purpose. 2. Develop a regular physical activity routine. As we age, it's easy to slip into a sedentary lifestyle, especially after retirement. However, staying physically active is one of the most powerful habits to keep your body strong and healthy. It's essential for maintaining your mobility, muscle strength, bone density, and overall energy levels. And it's never too late to start. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. The goal is consistency, not intensity. Simple activities like walking, stretching, yoga, or swimming can make a huge difference. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate physical activity most days of the week. For those who are new to exercise or have health concerns, low-impact activities like water aerobics or Tai Chi can be excellent alternatives. Mark, another retiree, found that after he started walking every morning, he began to feel more energetic and more positive. He also added a 15-minute stretching routine every evening, which helped his joints feel more flexible and his muscles less stiff. The routine of daily movement gave him a sense of accomplishment. It made him feel like he was still taking care of himself, and that boosted his confidence. Physical activity is not just good for your body, but it's also great for your mental health. Exercise releases endorphins, which are chemicals in the brain that promote happiness and reduce stress. By incorporating regular movement into your life, you'll not only stay physically healthy, but also experience the emotional benefits of staying active. 3. Cultivate meaningful social connections. Social connection is one of the most important aspects of maintaining a happy, healthy retirement. Many retirees find themselves feeling isolated, especially if they've lost touch with their work colleagues or their children live far away. However, fostering meaningful relationships can be an antidote to loneliness, helping you feel more engaged and supported in your golden years. You don't have to be part of a large social circle to feel connected. Sometimes it's the small, meaningful interactions that matter most. Whether it's joining a local community group, volunteering, reconnecting with old friends, or spending quality time with family, having social interactions every day is vital. Henry made it a point to reach out to his old colleagues and friends after he retired. He joined a local book club and found that discussing literature with others gave him a sense of purpose and a place to contribute. Additionally, he started visiting his grandchildren once a week, which brought him immense joy and reconnected him with his family. These simple interactions enriched his life, helping him stay socially active and emotionally fulfilled. You don't have to make drastic changes to your social life, but making an effort to stay connected, whether it's through a phone call, a short visit, or even a virtual meeting, can make a huge difference in how you feel. 4. Engage in lifelong learning and hobbies. Retirement gives you the gift of time, but it's up to you how you choose to spend it. One of the most enriching ways to spend your time is by engaging in lifelong learning. This can take many forms: learning a new language, picking up a new hobby, taking an online course, or even studying a subject you've always wanted to explore. Learning new things has numerous benefits, from improving cognitive function to boosting self-esteem. It keeps your mind sharp and opens doors to new experiences, all while keeping you engaged and motivated. Additionally, taking up hobbies or discovering new interests can give you something exciting to look forward to each day. Mark started learning to play the guitar after retirement. He had always loved music, but never had the time to learn an instrument while working. At first, it was challenging, and he struggled to play simple chords. But over time, his fingers became more dexterous, and he felt a sense of pride as he mastered a new skill. This hobby gave him a creative outlet and brought him a lot of joy, proving that it's never too late to start something new. Consider what you've always wanted to try or learn. It could be something artistic like painting or photography, or something practical like gardening or writing. The key is to find something that excites you and sparks curiosity. Whether it's a hobby or learning a new skill, engage with it regularly. It's a wonderful way to stay mentally active, build self-confidence, and discover new passions. I will be 5 years of the hobbies. 5. Prioritize rest and recovery. While staying active is important, it's equally crucial to take time for rest and recovery. After years of working, many seniors often feel the pressure to do more after retirement. But remember, rest is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Allowing your body and mind time to relax and recharge is just as important as staying physically active. Take naps when you feel the need, spend time reading quietly, or simply sit in silence and let your mind wander. Rest doesn't just mean sleep. It also means taking breaks, reducing stress, and enjoying moments of stillness. Henry discovered the importance of rest when he realized how much better he felt after a quiet afternoon nap or just sitting outside in the sun with a cup of tea. Rest is essential for maintaining a good balance in life, and when you allow yourself time to recharge, you'll have more energy to enjoy the activities that truly bring you joy. As we've seen from the stories of Henry Mark and others, small, consistent habits have the power to transform your life after retirement. The 5 habits we've discussed: mindfulness, movement, social connections, lifelong learning, and rest are simple, but their impact is profound. By incorporating these small changes into your daily routine, you can not only improve your physical health, but also enrich your emotional and mental well-being. The beauty of these habits is that they don't require drastic changes or overwhelming commitments. They are small, manageable actions that, when practiced consistently, will lead to lasting improvements in your quality of life. In the previous parts of this video, we've explored the power of small habits in shaping a fulfilling retirement. We've seen how simple actions like taking daily walks, practicing gratitude, and maintaining social connections can have profound effects on both physical and mental health. But while these habits can dramatically improve your quality of life, the real challenge lies in making them a permanent part of your daily routine. As we age, it's easy to slip back into old patterns or become complacent, especially after the initial excitement of retirement wears off. Without the structured demands of a job, it can be difficult to find the motivation to keep up these positive changes. The key to long-term success is creating a lifestyle that supports these habits, a lifestyle where physical activity, mental stimulation, and meaningful social connections are not just occasional practices, but core elements of your everyday life. In this section, we're going to explore how to maintain these small habits long-term and how to create a sustainable lifestyle that keeps you active, healthy, and engaged throughout your retirement years. It's not just about what you do in the moment, but how you integrate these habits into a broader, balanced approach to life. One of the most important steps in maintaining your new habits is creating a consistent, sustainable routine. When you're working, your days are structured for you. You have a set schedule and your time is allocated between work, family, and personal activities. But after retirement, that structure disappears, leaving a vast expanse of free time. At first, this freedom may seem exhilarating. However, over time, the lack of structure can lead to feelings of aimlessness or even boredom. To combat this, it's crucial to create a new daily routine that works for you. Start by setting a few non-negotiable habits that you will commit to each day, just like you would have with a work schedule. For example, decide that you will always take a walk first thing in the morning, spend a few minutes writing in a gratitude journal, or call a friend or family member every afternoon. These small actions can give your day a sense of purpose and direction. As you build your routine, don't try to do everything at once. Instead, focus on one habit at a time. Start with the most important or most motivating habit, and once it becomes a part of your daily life, slowly add others. This gradual approach allows you to build momentum without feeling overwhelmed. For example, if you choose to start your day with a walk, make that your first priority each morning. As this becomes ingrained in your routine, you can then add another small habit, like stretching, reading, or practicing mindfulness. The goal is to create a flow in your day that feels natural and rewarding. Each time you complete a habit, no matter how small, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment, which will keep you motivated to maintain the next habit. A significant part of maintaining your habits is staying motivated. Motivation can fluctuate, especially when there are no external pressures like work deadlines. But purpose is what drives us to stay on track. When you know why you're doing something, it's easier to stick with it. So find your why for each habit. Ask yourself why you want to take a walk every morning, why you're focusing on your health, or why you want to connect with others. For some, the motivation may be to stay active and strong as they age. For others, it may be about staying mentally sharp or maintaining a sense of community. Whatever your reason, knowing it and reminding yourself of it regularly will help you stay committed. Henry, for example, discovered that his walks weren't just for physical health. They were his time for reflection and reconnecting with the world. His why became about nurturing his mind, soul, and body, and this sense of purpose motivated him to keep walking every day. Take time to reflect on your own why. Why do you want to maintain an active lifestyle? Why do you value staying connected with family and friends? Once you have a clear sense of purpose, you'll find that the motivation to stick with your habits comes more easily. Life is unpredictable and sometimes things don't go as planned. One of the biggest reasons people give up on their habits is that they expect perfection. Maybe you miss a walk, forget to call someone, or fall out of your gratitude practice. It's important to remember that it's okay to stumble. It's the consistency that matters, not perfection. If you miss a day or two, don't be hard on yourself. Instead, reflect on what went wrong, make adjustments, and get back on track. Perhaps your morning walk gets interrupted by a family visit or a doctor's appointment. Rather than abandoning the habit entirely, find a new time during the day to fit it in. Flexibility is key. Life after retirement gives you the freedom to structure your days as you see fit, but this also means you must remain adaptable. You can always find a way to make your habits fit into your new lifestyle. Mark, who began his day with a walk, sometimes found himself too busy with errands or family visits. When that happened, he simply shifted his walk to the afternoon or evening. Rather than giving up altogether, he adjusted his schedule to maintain the habit in a way that worked for him. His ability to adapt helped him continue building momentum in his retirement. One of the most effective ways to maintain your new habits long-term is to make them social. When we share our goals with others, we are more likely to follow through. This is because social support provides encouragement, motivation, and a sense of accountability. Consider finding a walking buddy, joining a local fitness group, or participating in a book club. If you prefer to keep your activities solo, schedule regular check-ins with a family member or friend to share your progress. For example, you can make a pact with a friend to walk together once a week or set a time to check in about the books you're reading. Henry's social life flourished once he connected with a local walking group. Not only did it motivate him to walk regularly, but it also provided him with a sense of camaraderie. These check-ins helped him stay accountable and made the experience more enjoyable. Social connections create a positive reinforcement loop, and the act of sharing your progress with others makes your habits feel more meaningful and rewarding. Whether it's through a group activity or one-on-one conversations, having an accountability partner can give you the extra push you need. Tracking your progress is essential for staying motivated and maintaining your habits over time. It's easy to forget how far you've come if you don't take the time to track your successes. Whether it's keeping a journal, using a habit tracking app, or simply jotting down notes, tracking your progress can provide tangible proof of your growth. When you track your habits, you'll also have a better understanding of what's working and what needs adjusting. Celebrate your small wins, whether it's a week of consistent walking or successfully making time for a new hobby. Reward yourself for the effort, even if the reward is just recognizing your commitment and feeling proud of your progress. Henry started keeping a journal of his walks, noting not just the distance, but also how he felt during and after each walk. As the days passed, he saw his energy levels improve, his mood brighten, and his sense of accomplishment grow. By tracking his progress, he was able to celebrate his achievements no matter how small. As we come to the final part of this video, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey we've been on together. In the previous sections, we've explored the tremendous power of 5 small habits that can completely transform your life after retirement. we've discussed how daily activities as simple as walking, practicing gratitude, staying connected with loved ones, lifelong learning, and proper rest are not just small actions, but foundational pillars that support a fulfilling and joyful life. These habits may seem simple, but they have the potential to shape your life in profound ways. When you enter retirement, it can feel like a huge transition. There's excitement, of course, but with that excitement also comes uncertainty and the overwhelming question, what do I do now? The structure that once governed your life is no longer there, and the sense of purpose you had through work and family obligations starts to fade. In this vast sea of time, many people feel lost or without direction. But the beauty of this stage of life is that you have the opportunity to create your own purpose, to cultivate habits that nurture not only your body, but your soul, your relationships, and your sense of self-worth. The key to living a fulfilling retirement isn't found in big achievements or grand accomplishments. It's not about chasing success in the traditional sense of the word anymore. Instead, it's about the small, intentional actions you take every day. These small actions might feel insignificant at first, but when they're woven into the fabric of your daily routine, they begin to form a life of contentment, health, and joy. In the first parts of this video, we've explored how to implement these habits into your life. But now we need to talk about how to sustain them long-term and create a lifestyle that will help you feel fulfilled, confident, and healthy throughout your retirement years. It's not just about starting these habits, but about keeping them alive so they can continue enriching your life for many years to come. The important thing to remember as you enter retirement is that your life doesn't end when work ends. In fact, retirement is a new beginning. It's a wonderful opportunity to begin a new chapter in your life, one where you can invest in yourself, your health, your growth, and your relationships that you've built throughout your life. When we retire, we're not supposed to give up everything and live in solitude or laziness. The reality is, retirement is an opportunity to live a fuller, freer, and more joyful life than ever before. It's a time to rediscover passions, try new hobbies, build new relationships, and find new purposes to pursue. The key to living a fulfilling retirement is not in big goals or radical changes, but in sustaining small, meaningful habits every day. When you make these habits part of your daily routine, you are nurturing your health, your happiness, and your well-being. These habits will help you move forward, feel more confident, and enjoy every moment of your retirement life. Don't ever think you're too old to change. Just like when we were younger, retirement is a time to reinvent, to learn, and to explore. Freedom is something you never could find when you were busy with work and other responsibilities. Now you have the time and freedom to do anything you love, whether it's enjoying a peaceful morning, starting a new hobby, traveling, or meeting new people. However, maintaining these positive habits long-term requires creating a consistent, sustainable routine. A routine is not about planning every minute of your day, but about maintaining intentional actions every day. When you were working, you might have been used to a fixed routine, but after retirement, it's important to create a new routine that gives you a sense of purpose each day. You don't have to plan everything in great detail, but at least start with a few non-negotiable habits. For example, you can decide to walk every morning, spend a few minutes writing in a gratitude journal, or call a friend or family member every afternoon. These small actions will give you a sense of direction and prevent you from feeling lost. It's important to not try to do everything right away. Don't feel overwhelmed by the idea of changing everything all at once. Start with one habit that feels easiest for you, and then gradually add other habits as you get comfortable. This gradual approach will help you build momentum without feeling burdened. Another essential part of maintaining habits is consistency. There will be days when you can't follow through with your habits or when you feel less motivated. But remember, it's not about perfection. In fact, you will have days when you don't complete a habit, But what's important is that you don't give up. Adjust and get back on track the next day. If you miss a walk or forget to call someone or miss a day of gratitude, don't be hard on yourself. Simply continue with your habits the next day. Flexibility is key. Life after retirement isn't fixed, and things will change from day to day. If you notice that a habit no longer fits into your schedule, don't hesitate to change it to suit your circumstances. The key is to always stay consistent and find ways to maintain these habits even when life is unpredictable. For example, if you started walking every morning, but one day you wake up feeling tired or unwell, it's okay to rest. If you can't walk in the morning, try doing it later in the day. If you forget to write in your gratitude journal, do it the next day. Adaptation helps maintain consistency, and flexibility is essential for sticking to your habits. Another important factor is social connection. After retirement, it's easy to become isolated, especially if you live alone or if your family is far away. But maintaining relationships is crucial not only for your emotional well-being, but also for your physical health. Studies show that people who have regular social interactions tend to be healthier, happier, and live longer than those who don't. You don't need a large social circle, but it's important to make time for connecting with others every day, whether it's through phone calls, video chats, or coffee dates. Even just a short conversation can have a positive impact on your mood. As Henry discovered, his daily walks became a wonderful opportunity for social connection with neighbors while also providing time for personal reflection and physical exercise. Whether you join a community group, participate in a hobby, or simply reach out to a friend for a chat, social connections will bring joy and purpose to your days. In addition to maintaining physical and social habits, remember that continuing to learn and try new things is very important. After retirement, you have the perfect opportunity to explore new hobbies, take online courses, or try things you've always wanted to do. Lifelong learning keeps your mind sharp and prevents stagnation. View retirement as an opportunity to discover yourself and continue growing. Don't be afraid to try new things, whether it's learning a new language, starting a new hobby, or simply revisiting old passions that you had neglected. This not only keeps you feeling alive, but also helps you maintain enthusiasm and confidence. When we conclude this video, I want to leave you with one final piece of advice. Live fully with small but meaningful habits. Improve a little each day, and you will find that your retirement will become more interesting and joyful than ever before. Life is not always easy, but when you have good habits and maintain them every day, you will find joy, satisfaction, and peace in your golden years. Thank you for watching this video. I hope my thoughts have helped you view retirement as an opportunity to explore a new life, a life full of health, happiness, and meaning. May you have a fulfilling and meaningful retirement. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the upcoming exciting videos.